should not be afraid. As one Parisian said, Paris will always be Paris. And next week, I will be joining President Hollande and world leaders in Paris for the Global Climate Conference. What a powerful rebuke to the terrorists it will be when the world stands as one and shows that we will not be deterred from building a better future for our children.
Now, obviously, this is a country that is based on free speech. But when it edges towards violence, when we see the potential for someone lifting that mantle of anti-Muslim rhetoric, or, as we saw after 9/11, violence directed at individuals who may not even be Muslims but may be perceived to be Muslims, and they will suffer just as well, just as much. When we see that, we will take action. That I think we have charged 225 defendants with hate crimes offenses over the last 6 years, most of those in the last 3 years. Since 9/11, we've had over 1,000 investigations into acts of anti-Muslim hatred, including rhetoric and bigoted actions, with over 45 prosecutions arising out of that. I think, sadly, that number is going to continue.
I would bomb the shit out of him.
You know, before we get to number one, I just want to thank Glenn for putting up with all this. He is a good sport about it. I hope he's a good sport about it. He is an elected official, a state committeeman for the Republican Party here in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking the same thing. And before we get to number one, keep in mind that this is just a parody, folks, okay, of a man who's put himself out there as a public figure, who has publicly posted these things for the world to see. And all we're doing is providing them to a very wide audience here on Behind Enemy Lines Radio. But, listen, it's all in good fun. And it's all in the spirit of giving. And we're giving you something we hope you will never forget this Christmas season. Here's number one.
Melikaliki is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Hey, we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Melikaliki is the Hawaiian's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Take it, girls.
Melikaliki is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway.
Hell, we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Melikaliki is the Hawaiian's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Melikaliki is the Hawaiian's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Melikaliki is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Hell, we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Melikilikimaka is your wise way to say Merry Christmas, a Merry, Merry Christmas, a Merry, Merry Christmas to you. I hope you all keep the Christmas spirit all year round. God bless.
And that was the worst carol ever, right here on Behind Enemy Lines. Thank you so much for listening to all this. Those of you that made it to the end, either you are blitzed out of your mind on eggnog, or whatever your drink of choice is, or you are just a big fan of this show. Either way, thanks for listening so much. And just as a final thought for the evening, of course, check out Buffoon of the Year and put in your vote for Buffoon of the Year in the finals. Polls will be open until, I believe it's going to be right around January 6th. It's going to be 2 weeks or something like that. We'll figure it out and we'll let you know for sure. And listen, the whole point of this thing was, yes, there are some tense times out there right now. There is a lot of chaos here in New York City, a lot of division here in New York City, and across the nation as a whole. But every now and then you got to stop, take stock in your family and your life and the ones you love, even have a little fun when you can. And that's kind of been the point of this show. We hope that you had fun with us on this Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, season's greetings, Merry Christmas one and all. And to all, a good night. And we'll leave you with this little number, probably because this is going to be one of the last times we talk together. Here's a great way to close out the year. Good night, folks, from the People's Republic of New York City, Gene Baradelli Behind Enemy Lines. And we're out of here.
Be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my friends, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind, should old acquaintance be forgot and the days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my friends, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Our position has been compromised. It's time to roll out. Report for debriefing at www.behindenemylinesradio.us and look for regular communications via Facebook and Twitter at BEL_radio. You are the resistance. Behind Enemy Lines. Part of the Conservative Commandos Radio Network. A rock radio production. Copyright 2015. Back in 7 days. Out.